talking a little bit about how to be compliant using e-navigation. And e-navigation, as you may be aware of, it's the gathering, harmonization, and showing and distributing data that are vital to navigation, safety and security for vessel at the sea, and also for the environment. Just very quickly, we're new to this forum, so I'll just show you very quickly who we are. We are Norwegian e-navigation specialists with a global presence. So I'll just skip over the commercial part and go to why is e-navigation relevant for compliance. To embrace e-navigation to be compliant, I think it's very important, and it's a new focus area for a lot of shipping companies. Earlier, managing charts, publications, and planning voyage shipping has been very difficult. It's time-consuming. You need a lot of paper, different places to gather all the information. And so we have a lot of the navigators looking like this. You have to send the publications, you have to get it to the correct port, logistics and everything. But as you see on the two guys in the middle, that's actually a vessel that are turning totally digital on that chart. So they threw out this stack of paper charts, and that's why they're smiling, they told us. So, and also, this is using e-navigation for compliance. In the Paris MOU, you can see there are actually 3 parts that are in the e-navigation parts here, and where there are the most number of deficiencies in 2007. This nautical publication, charts and passage plans all are on the top 5 of deficiencies. And actually the charts are on the second of number of detainable deficiencies. So these are the parts you can help you with the e-navigation, being more compliant and don't have the deficiencies or remarks from vetting and port state. So let's see up in the upper right, we'll try to go to one by one of the deficiencies here, and we'll start by the charts and nautical publications. More and more now going over to digital nautical publications. It's easier to distribute, you don't have to wait for it to get the new paper publications and so on. But to have a complete e-navigational concept, you need an ecosystem. So that's what we are building, or not just we, but several in the industry right now. You're building an ecosystem with a back-end system on shore, and then you have a back-of-bridge system to distribute all the data that the navigator needs. In this, we have the back-end, which we are collecting, or everyone's collecting data and sending to the vessel, which for us is called a NAVBox, or they have other names for it, but you need some kind of system on board where you can get the data automatically and use it and distribute it to other systems on the vessel. First one is the charts. Like you update the charts, the NAVBox or the system on board, and update the charts, and then making sure that the vessel always has compliant on the charts. This is the ecosystem and automatic and seamless updating to vessel of charts. Same can also distribute the data from the box to the planning stations. There are several planning stations. Ours is called NavStation. You have passage management from Chartco and other systems like this. And this is also to get all the data relevant for the voyage to the navigator on shore. And the same way, if you do planning, you distribute the data to onshore, and both onshore and to the ECTE system. Planning stations, back of bridge, can show route information or other data to the ECTEs, and also to the back end again, to have a good e-navigation concept. And again, from the back end goes to the front end for shipping companies to have the overview of what the vessel does. And the most important here is that you are connecting the ship to shore. That's the key element here, to getting the back end from shore out to the vessel. And that is that's what we call a NAVBox in our system. It's other names for other distributors. And it's seamless automatic updating of navigational data. It could be ENC, ADP, ENP, other publications, IMO publications, NAVTOR warning, weather data, and everything delivered to the vessel in an automatic and good way. And as we see, it's also in the need of smart solutions for distributing the data. Compression and everything is also very important, so we can oblige to as many vessels as possible. We have vessels going with low fleet broadband packages, data packages, needing also the data, and we have VSATs, we can take more data. So this is the distribution of the e-navigational system. And also these days, it should be more cyber secure, these systems. So we see that earlier it has been said that this is the responsibility of the shipping company, but this is going to be transferred more and more to the provider of this data. So then you see up in the upper right corner, this is both for publications and charts, having a seamless automatic update to the vessel, being compliant with the charts and the nautical publication problem or deficiencies in navigation. And then solving the challenge of passage planning. Passage planning is also an important factor of the voyage for a vessel. And then you should have all the critical voyage information at the fingertips of the navigator to make it easier for them to plan and have less mistakes and get everything up and running as soon as they can. So what you should have, it should be some kind of application on the bottom that collects all of this data. You should have different overlays. You should have the ENC. When you update the vessel, you have the ENC available, so you should have them available in the planning station so they can do a proper planning on ENCs. Route planning should be done on top of the ENC. Either you can have automatic routing, if that's available, you can make the route yourself. And I know there's many have possibilities of a large route library that they want to use. You should have the Admiralty digital publications available for the planning. That should be gathered and presented in the application. You should have the old ENP, now it's called AENP from UK show, Sailing Directions, Mariner's Handbook and everything. Weather overlay, to have updated weather so you can plan your route thoroughly and also have updated weather as you go to see if you need to change the route. NAVTOR warnings are important to have, and if you can have it in the same system, you can easily see if there are any NAVTOR warnings affecting your route. MARPOL overlay is coming more and more. It's becoming environmental is in the focus area now, I think, for shipping. It's a lot of safety issues right now, but I think the environmental aspect will be even more important in the coming years, also for the passage planning. IMO publications should be included in this, being able to get all the information you need to plan the passage to avoid and be in compliance. And then on top of all of these layers, you need a passage planning module. So you can do all the passage planning, utilizing all this data that are distributed during the navigation to get the proper passage plan and avoid getting in trouble with the port state or vetting inspectors and so on. And the passage planning module should, of course, take this all automatically. When you have the vessel on board with a good e-navigation system, you have all the information on board, and they can populate it, so they don't have to use time on picking out different publications. It should be an automated solution for the navigator. It will be easier, and it's usually often better to pick at least a lot of this automatically than doing it manually, as has been done in the past. Okay, anti-grounding feature could be, it's not a necessity for the passage planning, but if you have a planning tool with ENC and so on, you often have these added functionalities. So it could be nice to have it.
We don't like that. Anti-grounding, we don't like.
You don't like it? No. Doesn't matter, doesn't care. This is also just an example of a research finding. You can see in the bottom right from the Enable S3. That's an EU project on automatic just shipping automobiles or cars and trains and everything. There they did a survey, and they said that it took 3.5 hours with manual passage planning, and if you have a tool for it, you could cut it down to half an hour on a shorter voyage. And you have because you have all the information available at the fingertips of the navigators. Okay, so this will solve the deficiency if you have all of the information available for the passage planning. And also with a good e-navigation system is that you will take all of the information and share from the vessel to shore as well. And then usually there are available portals where you can do all kinds of things, see if the vessel are updated, do they have all the latest charts, do they have the publications they need, what do they do, get the passage plan back from the vessel and be showing on shore so you can assess, see that they have done passage planning and everything. So that's also possible if you have a good ecosystem for distributing and collecting data. So then we have gone through all three of them. If you have a good ecosystem for e-navigation, you can solve all of the three of the top 5 deficiencies, and checked out, and then you are ready to go. Just a conclusion: if you have a good ecosystem for a good e-navigation concept, you can be more compliant and have less problems with vetting and port state controls, and being more compliant and having a safer voyage and good system. Okay, I forgot to start with the time, but